Welcome back to another episode of the BJack 70 Show. I'm your host, Brandon Jackson, and we're here for an episode-ish of Brandon's Bets. Not quite a full episode of Brandon's Bets, but we are going to talk about some betting-related odds, props, over-unders, if you will. Just came out today as I'm recording on Thursday. DraftKings Sportsbook, not a sponsor of the podcast yet, but DraftKings Sportsbook put out early, super duper early over-under totals for NFL wins. So I'm going to go through all 32 teams, and what their projected over-under win total is. And, it's 32 teams. Going to try not to talk about all of them in full detail, but will, give my thoughts, if I would go over or under. Don't hold me to this. That's why I'm saying Brandon-ish bets today. So don't hold me to it. It's super early. Free agency hasn't happened. The combine hasn't even happened yet. That's next week. But, thought it would be a good thing to come on here and talk about. But before we get into it, just want to say thank you for watching. Since you're here, go ahead. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure you follow me. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you can find me at. Share videos, retweet, repost, put it in your Instagram story. Do whatever you can. Would be very much appreciated if you did that. So go ahead, do all those things, support your boy, and let's keep it moving. But let's get straight into these 32 over-unders. I have a tweet that I'm looking at. It's not on screen, but I'll let you know what the numbers are. And it's in alphabetical order. So just going to go in alphabetical order. So let's start. Arizona Cardinals, the over-under is 4.5 wins. Feels low. I didn't think they were this bad, but not knowing the quarterback situation, 4.5 feels right because 4 or 5 wins feels adequate. I'm gonna go under because I'm gonna go over. Because I don't think they're this bad. Even without a quarterback, I don't feel like the roster is this bad. They don't have a real direction to go in, but I don't think they're under 5 wins bad. The Atlanta Falcons, 6.5. I'm taking the over. I don't care. Like, Michael Penix will be back on the field. I think he will be able to do some things with Stefanski. They're gonna get some kind of bridge in there to figure out week 1 quarterback. They'll figure it out. This team has enough talent on it, and it plays in the NFC South. 6.5 is low. And if this was an actual Brandon's Bets episode, I would tell you to bet that, but I'm not telling you that officially. But I really like the over there. Baltimore Ravens, 10.5. I'm gonna go over. There just because they still got Lamar Jackson, they still got Derrick Henry, they still have a core group of guys. It's still the Baltimore Ravens, even though Harbaugh's gone. I still can see them winning 11, winning 12. I mean, they have been the class of the division, and I don't see a reason yet to come off of that opinion. So I'm going to go over 10.5 for the Ravens. Buffalo Bills also are 10.5. I'm going to go over there for basically the same reasons I went over on the Ravens. They got Josh Allen. They got a core group of guys. They didn't win the division this season. just like the Ravens didn't. But again, if you got Josh Allen on your team, you better be winning at least 11 games every year he's healthy. So just off those two facts, going back to the Ravens, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Josh Allen, you better win at least 11. And I know I don't remember what the Bills did. I don't remember where their win total came in this year. I know the Ravens didn't get there, but Lamar was hurt for a lot of the year, so I'll give them a little grace for that. Next up, Carolina Panthers 6.5 is the number. Given what I saw of them to end the season and where I think Tampa is, where I think New Orleans is going, and what I think Atlanta's going to be, I'm going to go under. Probably not a popular pick, definitely not a popular pick in Carolina, but I'm going to go under 6.5. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it in Carolina. I still don't know fully about Bryce Young. Don't know what they're going to do. Rico Dowdle's probably going to be gone. What are they going to do with Chuba Hubbard? Ted McMillan, great, but is it, are we gonna move forward? Is it going to be sophomore slump? Who knows what it's going to look like? So I'm going to go under there. Chicago 9.5. Also, I'm saying I haven't researched this. I don't know what their schedules, like what teams are going to be on the schedule. I'm just blind reacting. I didn't really think about this all day when I saw it, but this is just my live reaction for it. So the Chicago Bears 9.5. I reserve the right to change my mind. I'm going over. Love Caleb Williams, love what they've been able to do, but they could be next year's Washington. I hope they're not. I don't necessarily think they are going to be next year's Washington. Do very well one year and then regress the next year. I don't think it's going to be that way, but it's a possibility. So I'm going to say over 9.5 because they should. They're talented enough too. Hopefully they can shore up that defense a little bit more. And I'm going to go over there. Cincinnati Bengals, 9.5. I mean, every year that I think Joe Burrow is going to be healthy, I truly believe in them. Even though it hasn't worked out recently, I'm a huge believer in the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins triumvirate. I really love that combination. You can throw Chase Brown in there too, but the defense has just been so bad that they can't overcome it. 9.5. I'm going. I'd have to say under. I have to, right? Just because they're gonna have to, and again, this is early for me to say anything, for me to say that, I'm just gonna have to get proven wrong until otherwise, but I'm gonna go under there. The Cleveland Browns, 6.5. Based on what I think they want to do, I'm going to say, do I think they can get 7? The defense is so good, and just the difference of having Todd Monken run the offense, something new, something invigorating, something I know that's going to be competent. Do I think they can get to 7 wins? Yes, it's definitely a possibility. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the schedule is. I don't know how hard the schedule is, compared to this past season. Do I think they can get to 7? I mean, honest to God, with the quarterback play that the Browns had in 2025, if it wasn't for some unbelievably bad special teams. They could have got to 7 wins this past season. So I'm gonna say over. I'm gonna say over. I think they can get there. Um, we'll see what they do in the offseason. A lot is going to have to be done to the offense. A lot of new offensive linemen will need to be in the building. A lot of new receivers are going to need to be in the building. We'll see if they bring in new quarterbacks into the building. I know that's what people think is going to happen, but I'm not so sure at this moment that's what they're going to do. They, maybe they bring in like a 6th or 7th rounder at quarterback, just to fill out the room. And maybe who knows what they do with Dylan Gabriel? Who knows what happens with any of these guys? But we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to go over because I really do think they can get to 7 wins. But again, I don't have the schedule in front of me. I'm just doing this blind. Next up, the Dallas Cowboys, 8.5. They better, okay, you traded Micah Parsons before the season started. Your defense didn't know what was going to happen. Your defense was ass. Your offense was good. Figure it out. Dallas, I'm gonna say over at this point because Pickens is still a Cowboy. CeeDee Lamb's there. Dak Prescott is there. Dallas drafts for, you can clown them for a lot of things, but they draft well. And they got two picks in the top 20 of this upcoming draft. So I'm going to say they're gonna get to 9 wins. Are they gonna make the playoffs or win the division? Don't know, but they better win at least 9 games. So I'm gonna say over. Denver, 9.5. Denver Broncos, 9.5. Since I'm a Bo Nix respecter now, I'll say over. I'll say over. I don't have a lot to say there, but I'm just gonna say over. They were good. They were really good. The defense was excellent. Bo Nix showed me something against the Bills. I'm gonna say they can get to double-digit wins again. Detroit, 10.5. Before 2025 season started, I thought they were a candidate to fall off, and for their standards, they did. They didn't make the playoffs. But I think they're going to bounce back. How much of a bounce back? I don't know. Damn, 10.5 is a good number. 10.5 is a good number because I think 10 is would be the guess. 10 would exactly be the guess. But since I feel that way, I gotta go under. I feel like they're a 10-win team. Just how I feel about them right now. So I'll go under. Green Bay. The Green Bay Packers, 10.5 also. Mm, mm, mm. They always find a way. Again, 10 there feels right too. They're always around that area. I'm gonna go under, but I think this is the really could be the best division in football. Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers. I'm gonna go Packers under, but I think it's 10. I think the number is again 10 wins. Houston Texans, 9.5. Replaying CJ Stroud's performance in the playoffs, but the defense is chat, what do we do? 9.5. I'll go under. I'll go under. It was so bad. It was really bad. And I can't get it out of my like CJ Stroud he will have to get some monkeys off of his back this upcoming season. Like he's going to have to put up or shut up early for us to keep believing in him. It was so bad. He's extension eligible, but you can't possibly go through with that right now. Like you pick up the option, but you can't extend him. You have to. You have to wait. You have to wait now. Are they? I don't know. But if it was me, if I had a choice, if I was making that decision, I'm waiting. So I'm gonna go under. Indianapolis 8.5. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be healthy. Don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under here. Jacksonville Jaguars 9.5. I'm going to take that over. I think they'll be good again. I think they will keep that momentum going. I think they'll. Who else is in that division? Colts, Texans, Jags. What else is AFC South? AFC South. Colts, Texans, Jags. Yeah. So they'll win. They'll win that division. I think they'll go over. They're probably, looking at 11, 12 wins this season. So I'm going to go over. Kansas City. Kansas City Chiefs are 10.5. Oh. 10.5. I can't say over at this moment in time. I can't say over because I don't know when Patrick Mahomes is going to play. If I knew he was going to start week 1, I would say over, and the number would probably be different. But as it stands today, I'll take the over. But I feel like as we get more news getting closer to the season, I'll feel a lot different. The Los Angeles Rams 10.5 over there. Like as long as nothing significantly happens, they're an excellent team in the NFC. Stafford's coming back. I'm taking that over. I'm taking that over for sure. Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Raiders at 5.5. 5.5. Do I think they're bad enough to go under? I mean, a lot is going to have to change. Like today, it's under. Today, it's under because they got a lot of gaps to fill. Max Crosby probably won't be there any longer. You're going to have a rookie quarterback with, a lot of new offensive linemen. New system is probably going to get ugly before it gets better, so I'm going to go under there. Miami Dolphins are at 4.5. I'll take the under there too. I'm gonna take the under there too. I have zero faith in the Dolphins. Don't think anything is going to happen good for the Dolphins in 2026. We'll see what happens and return to see what happens in 2027. In 2026 is about to be all bad. So I'm gonna take the under. The Minnesota Vikings 8.5. I understand why it's like that now. I think they're going to have a different quarterback. If I had my choice, they would go get Kyler Murray, and I would smash this over. I think they can go from worst to first in this division. I really think they have the talent and coaching staff available. They have the coaching staff and the roster is talented enough for them to go worst to first in this division. So I'm gonna go over 8.5 because I believe they will not go into the season week 1 with JJ McCarthy as a starter. So I'm banking on that, and I'll go over. The New England Patriots, 9.5. If they were to just run it back, I feel I would take the under, but I don't think they're just going to run him back. I think they're going to add pieces. They're going to figure Will Campbell out, however that happens, whether it's him really putting some work in the offseason and staying at tackle, or if they give up now and just move him straight to guard. But it's not going to look the same as it was. And again, he was hurt. He did get hurt, played in the playoffs hurt. So that could have been playing a factor, but I think they'll figure some things out. I'll go over here, but I don't know if they're going to go many more wins over than 9.5. I can see 10. I can see 11 based on the schedule. They're going to get 2 wins from the Dolphins, 2 wins from the Jets. So that's 4 already. Don't know what the rest looks like. Yeah, but I'll go over there, just slightly over 9.5 for the Patriots. The New Orleans Saints at 7.5. I think 7.5 is good. I'll go over. I think they really found something. Kellen Moore had this team playing hard all season. Even like when we thought they were going to be bad, they weren't as bad as we thought they were going to be. They were competitive in a lot of games. Tyler Shough, who getting shook tonight? Tyler Shough really proved me wrong and showed a lot more than I thought he would ever show. Still small sample size, but he earned my respect. He showed a lot more than I thought he was capable of showing right from the get-go when he got in there. This team is better than we think it is. So I'm gonna go over, slightly over. I think they can get to 8 or 9, especially given probably where I end up on Tampa and where I've already said about Carolina. So I don't know what Tampa's over-under is, but I don't think they're going to win a huge amount of games. I don't think they're going to get to double digits, but I don't know what it is. We'll see when we get there. The New York Giants, 7.5. I'm gonna say over. I feel like they're going to be playoff contenders, like contenders to get into the playoffs. Like they will be firmly in that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 range. Like they will, when you're watching on Sunday and it's in November and December and they show you the standings and they show you who's in the hunt. The Giants will be in the hunt for until the season is over. I think they'll be pretty good with John Harbaugh, and I'll take that over. Whether it's 8 wins, 9 wins, even getting to 10 wins, I think they're going to be much more improved over last year. So I'll take that over 7.5. New York Jets, 5.5, under. I don't know if they want to hit the over this season. I mean, obviously, this isn't the NBA. Everybody is going to try when they're starting off, but when it really comes down to it, I don't know what the organization is going to feel like. I know Aaron Glenn probably feels like he needs to win quickly, and he's probably right about that, but I don't see a path for that to happen. So I'm going to go under Jets 5.5. The Philadelphia Eagles at 10.5. Dang, do I think they can get to 11 wins? Probably. They've been doing it. Like as long as Sirianni's been there, they've been good enough in the regular season, despite all the problems and issues that arise within the locker room, the team, the media, the distractions. They find a way to figure it out. So I at this stage, I'll say over. Just out of respect, I guess. But I'm not really fond of the Eagles, but I'll respect them and say over. Pittsburgh Steelers 8.5 today. Today, I'm saying under. I'm saying under. I think it would be quite. It would be a sight to see as soon as Mike Tomlin leaves that they go under 500. I feel like that's what we're heading towards. Um, Now this all depends on who's going to be their quarterback. We literally have no idea. Could be Aaron Rodgers, could be Kyler Murray, could be Malik Willis, could be damn Mason Rudolph. We have no idea. It could be Carson Beck, could be Drew Allen. Like it could be any number of folks playing quarterback for this team. And obviously, knowing that would probably change the number, either way. But as it stands today, I'm going to go under 8.5. Not a whole lot under, but 7 wins feels right. It would be par for the course for Browns to win 7, Steelers to win 8, and that would be the under. That would be the under. So we'll see. Seattle Seahawks 10.5. That's a good question. That's a good question. Probably over. Over. I gotta give them the respect they deserve as Super Bowl champions. Give Sam Darnold his respect. Been given the defense their respect. I don't know if they'll lose too many pieces. The big free agent they have to watch out for is Kenneth Walker. Um, they lose him. Charbonnet is going to be out with that torn ACL. We'll have to look and see who they bring in at running back if they lose Kenneth Walker. Otherwise, I don't know if they're going to lose too many pieces. So I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over 10.5 there. The San Francisco 49ers, also 10.5. I'm gonna go under, even though the respect I have for Kyle Shanahan and what they've been able to do. I'm just how they got stomped out by the Seahawks the last time we saw them left a bad taste in my mouth. Um, so I'm gonna say under. Not a lot under. They'll be in the mix all season. Um, but I'm gonna go under. I'm just not feeling them. And in February, right now, I'm just not feeling them. So I'm gonna go under. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 8.5. Under. Under. I think they're headed for a decline. Mike Evans is walking out the building. Um, this team had a hot start, and it just gradually got worse as the season went along. Um, this. Let's be real. If you've seen this channel, if you've seen my videos, you know how I feel about Baker Mayfield. Under. We'll be respectful. We'll be respectful right now. It's early, but I'm just gonna say under 8.5. Because I think the Saints will be better, and I think the Falcons will be better. So they'll be able to chip away at the Buccaneers when they play them. So I'm gonna say under. The Tennessee Titans are at 6.5. That feels fair. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna say under. But I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if they prove me wrong here and got to 8 wins. Maybe like if the Colts come down in that division. The Texans are also coming down in that division. I could see. You know what? I'm gonna go over. I'm switching. I'm gonna say over. I think they can get to 7. Robert Saleh coming in there. I wanted him as head coach for my Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna say over. I think he was gonna get in there, do a good job, bring the culture. He was with the Jets, but the Jets are. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say over 6.5. I think they can get to 7. I think they can get to 7 because I also, we stand Shador Sanders on this page, but I think we support Cam Ward also, even though nobody really talked about his struggles. He flashed a whole lot on film, and over the summer I want to get into some of his film because he took a lot of sacks, had a lot of turnovers, a lot of crazy plays, but he made a lot of positive plays too. He's one hell of an athlete, one hell of a tantalizing quarterback prospect. So I'm going to go over 6.5 Tennessee. And last but not least, Washington Commanders 7.5. I will. Feels like under. As much as I don't want to say it, it was a train wreck in 2025. They went for it. They went basically all in, brought in a lot of old guys. Marshawn Lattimore, hate to say it, Cleveland native, shout out Glenville High School. Not great. Jaden Daniels hurt all season, catastrophic injury, came back, got hurt again. I would love to be wrong because I love Jaden Daniels, but this feels like an under to me. It doesn't feel like they're ready to bounce back. And then Dan Quinn, that we'll be looking at you coming up soon. So that was all 32. That was the way too early over unders. So go to DraftKings, bet them if you want to. If you hear any numbers that particularly interested you, go ahead, do it. Don't take, this is not a full bets episode. I'm just, reacting to what I saw on screen. So if you want to do that, that's on you. So that being said, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share everywhere you can, and we'll see you next week. Next week is the Combine. It's going to get fun. Got some stuff, got some things planned to talk about prospects, talk about a few things for, getting ready for the Combine, watch a little film here and there. But anyway, that's next week. I'll see you next week. Until then, I'll let you.